Okay, hi. Um, so I just wanted to come on today to talk about my group coaching class. Um, it was started in January, this January, just at the beginning of the month and the beginning of the year. And I wanted to do a group coaching for all types of diabetes. I've announced it on my channel before, but I wanted to talk a little bit about it because we've almost done the whole month. Um, Jasper wants to get in my lap, but he's wet. We just came back from a walk, and I don't think I'm going to let him come up here because you get me all wet. Um, so the month went really well. We had great discussions. We met, and I'm going to do it this month in February too. But we met every Thursday at 7 o'clock Eastern, and I was going to look at the dates. So in February, our group coaching will be the 1st, the 8th, the 15th, the 22nd, and the 29th. And it's really funny because in February, of all months, we've got five, 5 weeks of classes because the month starts on Thursday and it ends on Thursday. And so our little short month of February, you get 5 for the price of 4. So when I post about my group classes, I don't talk about the cost, but it's really cheap. It's only $25 because I want to make it affordable for anybody who wants to do it. It's for all types of diabetics. So it's like me, I'm a type 1, so it's definitely for type 1 diabetics. But then it's also for type 2 diabetics. And if you want to do it for type 3, like if you think you have dementia going on or the beginnings of Alzheimer's, that's been called type 3 diabetes. It's like having diabetes in your brain. So we wanted to make sure that all types. We also, in this month, we had a few people who were LADA, L-A-D-A, that stands for latent autoimmune diabetes of adults. So you get an autoimmune attack as an adult and it results in you having diabetes. And they also call that kind of diabetes type 1.5 because it's not quite as bad as a type 1, but it's worse than a type 2. So I think it's really a combination of insulin resistance and low insulin in your body. So that's what that is. But the coaching, we get on Zoom for an hour, and we talk about all things diabetes. If something comes up that I want to discuss in the class, like I've learned something new, or I've read something new that I think is important for everybody to know, I will bring that up. And we talk about that for a while, but we also deal with whatever kind of issues that people are having during the month. And I tell everybody, okay, I'm not a doctor, but I've had diabetes for 53 years, and I know a lot because I've studied a lot. I've read just about every book about diabetes that was written before we had insulin. So I have a lot of knowledge about how they dealt with diabetes, and it gives us a lot of wisdom about how to deal with it today. Back then, they basically recommended a carnivore diet. Now, they didn't know that it was possible to eat a totally all meat. Actually, many doctors prescribed an all meat diet, and they would allow coffee, or they would allow whiskey, or something funny like that. But there's been a lot of writing before 1921 when they first started making insulin. And then there's also the new book I'm reading by Gary Taubes called Rethinking. I thought I saw a message up there it's called Rethinking Diabetes. I should have brought it with me so I could show you, but it's a really thick book. And I'm trying to read it all. I've read about a third so far, but I'm learning a lot, and we can share that during the calls too. So also, the cool thing about the coaching and the class is that you get access to me by texting. So we have a text thread among the members of the class. So we stay in touch by text all month long, and we talk about, minute by minute or hour by hour kind of issues that are coming up that we want to deal with, or we want questions answered. And sometimes the people in the class know the answers just as much as I do or more. So that's really cool. It's like this whole group consciousness thing, and it's been great. So so what you do is you can message me here on YouTube, because I always get those messages. You can message me on Instagram. I'm Amy Fields Perrin, AIMEEFIELDSPERRIN on Instagram, and you can message me there. It's called DM, direct message, or on Facebook. I'm the same, Amy Fields Perrin, on Facebook, and you can do Messenger on Facebook, and just tell me that you want to be in the class, and then I take PayPal or Venmo, and we set you all up, and then you give me your phone number so you can be on the text thread. It's as simple as that. I'm not really very tech savvy, so I don't have all these push button linky things, but we'll get it done. And it's been great, and I love sharing all my experience and my knowledge. I read Dr. Bernstein's book, Diabetes Solution 27, in 1996, 27 years ago. So I still refer to it if I need to, or if somebody has a question that I know he's discussed. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys got invited, and I also wanted to tell you about some cool carnivore thing that has happened to me this week. So I used to have this open gash right here that would never go away. It wasn't, I want to say, it wasn't a bobo. It wasn't that I got wounded, but it was a spot on my skin, probably sun damage, that was just there, and it was an open wound, and it hurt if I touched it, and it would ooze sometimes, and I was like, I don't want to go to a dermatologist, because that's all these, first you have to go to your doctor, and then you have to get a recommendation, and then, I don't even know the words because I don't go to doctors very much. But I didn't want to go through the hassle of finding a dermatologist and then going and then having them burn it off, because I didn't feel like I wanted to do that. And so I got some Farrow, Farrow, Farrow Skin Food from that company. And it's made up of lard, tallow, and a little bit of honey. And I put it on there every night. Nothing was happening. It had been a whole month, and it had been a month and a half. I keep seeing this, but I don't know how to see it. Oh well. And then this week, I realized that it was gone. It's completely gone. So I'm gonna give Carnivore a little bit of credit for that, but I also want to give Farrow Skin Food credit, because I think that it's responsible for this spot on my face that I would have had to get burned off for it to be gone. Thought it was really cool. So, we have a few people watching. I wondered if anybody has any questions. I'm not really sure how to get the questions. I have stuff coming up, but then it disappears. So I'm not really sure how that works. But if you have any comments about this video or any questions about the class, please let me know, leave a comment, and I will definitely get back to you. All right? Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm finished.